I'm Chief Janet Thiessen of the Tracy, California Police Department. Almost 15 days ago, Sandra Cantu was reported missing from her North Tracy home here at the Orchard Mobile Estates Park. This past Monday, her body was found in a suitcase in an agricultural collection pond 2 miles north from where we stand. Over the course of the investigation, agents and investigators from numerous agencies have been instrumental in identifying Melissa Huckaby as being responsible for Sandra's death. Ms. Huckaby has been arrested and will be booked at the San Joaquin County Jail for kidnapping and murder. The results of Sandra's autopsy, our search warrants, and our investigation are still confidential and will remain so until we are directed otherwise. I want to tell you that this is a terrible, terrible tragedy. An act against a child that has had far-reaching implications. People from around the country have contacted us expressing their sympathy and their support. Sandra's family and for our investigative team, we want to thank everyone for their support, for their assistance in searching for Sandra, and for the acknowledgments and the care and love that they have shown Sandra's family. The investigative team was comprised of a number of well-trained, experienced professionals who've worked tirelessly for the last 2 weeks. I'd like to thank the FBI, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, the San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office, the California Highway Patrol, and the divisions of the California Department of Justice that have worked with us in identifying and bringing the person responsible for Sandra's death to justice. Thank you for your patience and your support throughout this investigation. Sergeant Tony Sheneman can answer any other questions that you have. I want to thank you all for being here and for putting as much attention on this particular situation as you have. It has helped us to bring Sandra home. Again, not in the way that we would have hoped, but that was out of our hands shortly after she went missing. And we have information that Sandra, by the time that she was reported missing to us, that she probably had already been murdered. So at this point in time, I'll turn this over to Sergeant Sheneman for other questions. Thank you.
Chief, quickly, since you told the family, can you just tell us about that moment?
Good morning. Thank you. One at a time, please. Yes.
What did she say to you guys tonight to be able for you guys to make the arrest tonight?
She revealed enough information that we had probable cause to arrest her for both kidnapping and murder.
Why didn't you guys move in on the arrest when she was under watch at the hospital originally and wait a day later?
We hadn't spoken to her.
She said police interviewed her at the hospital.
Not in detail.
Motive, Sergeant?
No motive.
Any other arrests expected?
Not in this particular case, no.
Are you seeking other suspects?
No, sir, we're not.
Can you describe her demeanor to us tonight when she was under questioning for so long, for hours?
She was very relaxed for a bit, then she became very emotional, and then she became relaxed again, and then became resigned to what was happening.
The chief mentioned that it happened short, before she was even reported missing. Can you go into a little, whatever you can share with us about that?
I can't get into the details of specifics of the interview, but we're led to believe that this happened not many moments after she disappeared.
At the home?
I can't go into where that happened.
Are drugs involved in this?
I can't reveal that right now.
Is she
Was the suitcase that she reported missing, is that the same one that your girl was found in?
Yes.
Is she represented by counsel at this point?
She has not been represented by counsel.
Did she lie about the suitcase going missing?
Yes, she did.
Would you characterize that she made a confession tonight?
I cannot comment on that.
How was she killed?
Excuse me? Can't answer that question.
Did she report the suitcase missing before the actual
No.
What did she have to say about Sandra tonight?
don't have that information, and if I did, I wouldn't be able to answer your question.
What time did you guys bring her in?
She arrived. We did not bring her in. We asked her if she would be willing to come down to the police department and speak with us, and she drove herself to the police department, parked her vehicle in the north lot, and walked in the front door.
What time?
Around 6 o'clock.
And what prompted you asking her to come down and talk to you?
We needed to interview her further about allegations that we had heard.
When she was at the hospital, was she under suicide watch?
Not that I'm aware of.
Can you elaborate about the focus on the church?
She's a Sunday school teacher at that church.
So, to what degree did the public comment she made today lead you to try and get a hold of her and go down and interview, and have her come down and interview?
We had already contacted her prior to the interview that apparently she gave to the Tracy Press, and there were statements that she had made that were used.
Did you consider her a suspect before that, though?
We had
Is that your phone?
someone's phone hanging here.
I believe that's your phone.
Oh, excuse me. That was when I got up 24 hours ago. Sorry, that was my alarm clock. Morning. I'm sorry, the question was?
Was she considered a suspect before those statements that she made?
We had considered, we had talked to a lot of people, and we had looked at a lot of people, and we had information that it was narrowing the focus, as I had mentioned before, but I couldn't release that information, and I can't give you why we were headed in that direction.
But did you narrow in on her early on in the investigation or the last part?
Not early on, no. No.
And why was she in the hospital?
Pardon me?
Why was she in the hospital?
For a medical condition.
What kind of condition?
I can't answer that.
To what extent did her grandparents leave you had the case against her after interrogating them, talking to them?
They weren't interrogated, they were interviewed, and they didn't give us any information
Sergeant, how was
directly about her.
How was Sandra Katsu killed?
I can't answer that question.
Sergeant, does her family even know she's been arrested other than this press conference right now?
No, Sandra's an adult, and we couldn't release that information to her parents or her grandparents.
You mean Melissa?
I'm sorry, Melissa. Excuse me.
Thank you, Sergeant.
Our understanding was that she attended at least...
Excuse me one moment. Apparently, I'm not awake.
Anything on that one?
Thank you.
Was she part of any of the vigils that came out tonight? And tonight, did she kind of play along that she cared about Sandra until finally, after hours of questioning, something...
Sorry, the question was she ever at one of the
One of
vigils?
we had information she might have been at one of the vigils.
I don't have that information.
So initially, did she change at some point? You know, when you guys are questioning her, was she saying she cared about Sandra, and at some point came forth with some information that led you to be able to...
As far as specifics go during the interview this evening, I couldn't answer. You asked me about what her mood was during the interview, and that's all I can tell. We'll be back at 10 o'clock. That's all we have for this evening. I appreciate your patience. We appreciate your coverage, and have a good morning. Thank you.